Welcome to MeadorsMusings. My name is Chris. Part of Apple's DNA has always included education. In fact, when I went to school, we used the old Apple IIe's and then eventually the Macintosh. I know, this sure dates me. So it's no surprise Apple is trying to lead the way in which content is delivered in the classroom. Today it held its education event, and as expected, Apple is taking aim at the textbook industry. You can now update to iBooks 2, which now contains a textbook section, but only in the US. Sorry Canadians and people in other countries, no mention of if or when we might be getting it. Now the big shift in iBooks 2 is interactive digital textbooks. Apple has partnered with McGraw-Hill, Pearson, and Houghton Mifflin Harcourt. These three companies are responsible for 90% of textbook sales in the United States. The textbooks right now are for high school and will be priced at $15 or less. Now the big points of the interactive textbooks: multi-touch, interactive images, diagrams, and videos, easy to highlight text to create study cards and notes, search within textbooks for terms, updates. The books can continuously be updated so they aren't outdated. Some textbooks are already available and the publishers are promising more are on the way. Next, Apple unveiled iBooks Author, and as the name suggests, you can now create and publish your own textbooks, cookbooks, picture books, or any other interactive type book you can think of. This is an app for the Mac. Apple's made it simple to use with its own layouts. You just add text and images by simply dragging and dropping. Then you can use multi-touch widgets to include movies, 3D objects, and a lot more. Once it's done to your liking, simply preview it and then submit it to the iBook store. Of course, you can offer it for free or set a price. Lastly, Apple gave us the iTunes U app. If you're unfamiliar with iTunes U, it's basically a bunch of video and audio podcasts of a number of courses offered by various universities and colleges. And it's all free. In my spare time, which I have little of, I'm going through Stanford's app development course. So what Apple has done is made it into an app and optimized it for iOS, but that's not all. Schools can now, as Apple puts it, easily design and distribute complete courses featuring audio, video, books, and other content. So basically, teachers can build a course that'll include a syllabus, handouts, quizzes, and anything else a teacher may want to incorporate. So this is just a brief overview of what Apple announced. Of course, you can go to apple.com to get more information. I have to say I'm very impressed. It's a nice first step to try to change the way kids learn. Is there room for improvement? Of course. Is it perfect? Hardly. But as I said, it's a nice first step, and a step that's long overdue. Now you're going to hear a lot of people say, well, this is just a way for Apple to sell more iPads and people can't afford this. Well, of course it's a way to sell more iPads. That's business, folks. Now I think what we're likely to see is when Apple announces the next iPad, the iPad 3, they're going to probably keep the iPad 2 in production at a cheaper price point, much like they do with the iPhones. So maybe the iPad 2 drops to around $300, maybe even cheaper. That's a lot more affordable for people. Plus, with student, teacher, and school pricing, it is even cheaper. Now I'm sure Apple's thought of all this. We'll just have to wait to see what happens when they announce the iPad 3. Now time will tell if this all plays out well for Apple, but again, I believe Apple is taking a good first step. Of course, I'd be a lot happier if Canadian textbooks were included, but I'm hopeful we'll eventually see that. So what do you think? Is this a good move by Apple? Leave me a comment. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.